where your pocket change might just be the change your life needs. You ever dig through your couch cushions and find a quarter? Most of us shrug it off, toss it in the jar, or use it for laundry. But what if I told you that one of those quarters, specifically a 1966 Washington quarter with no mint mark, could be worth up to $1.2 million? Yep, not a joke. Not a prank. Real money. Life-changing money. Stick with me, because in this video we're diving deep into why this little silver-colored coin is turning heads, breaking banks, and creating millionaires. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who wants to retire early on pocket change, this is the video for you. And don't forget to subscribe if you like money, coins, or mildly sarcastic commentary. Because let's face it, if you're not checking your coins yet, you're probably throwing away a fortune one quarter at a time. Let's kick things off with a little history lesson. In 1966, the US Mint was in a bit of a coin crisis. Silver prices were skyrocketing, and the mint had just stopped using silver in quarters. That's right. Pre-1965 quarters were 90% silver. But by 1966, the mint switched to a copper-nickel plaid composition. Translation? They looked the same, but weren't worth their weight in silver anymore. Also, during 1965 to 1967, the mint decided to stop putting mint marks on coins altogether. That's why your 1966 quarter doesn't say P for Philadelphia or D for Denver. So when people say no mint mark, that's actually totally normal for this year. But, and here's the kicker, not all 1966 quarters are created equal. Some of them are special. And some of them are really special. We're talking Mansion in Miami special. It all comes down to rarity, condition, and errors. That's right, mint errors. These are mistakes made at the US Mint during production. They can include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even coins accidentally struck on silver planchets left over from previous years. One ultra-rare 1966 quarter was struck on a 90% silver planchet by mistake, probably a leftover blank from 1964 or earlier. That baby didn't just look different. It tested different. We're talking higher weight, different sound, and a gleaming appearance that stood out to the trained eye. Then you've got high-grade quarters in pristine uncirculated condition, what collectors call MS-67 or MS-68. Those babies are sharp. No scratches, no wear, and full detail. A perfectly preserved 1966 quarter in this grade, especially if it was one of the early strikes with strong details, could be worth hundreds of thousands. But pair that with a mint error or a silver planchet and boom, you've got yourself a seven-figure coin. Alright, now the real reason you're here. How can you find out if your 1966 quarter is the jackpot coin? Weigh it. A standard clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams. A silver planchet quarter weighs about 6.25 grams. That may not sound like much, but for coin collectors, it's huge. Check the edge. Modern quarters have a copper-colored edge. If your 1966 quarter looks silver all the way through the edge, you might be onto something. Listen to it. Silver coins have a distinct ring when you drop them. Clad coins have a dull clunk. It's like comparing a tuning fork to a butter knife. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass and check for doubling in the date, weird metal clipping, or misalignments. The stranger it looks, the better. Condition matters. If your quarter looks like it just left the mint, you could be holding a big chunk of money in now. Don't go running to the pawn shop just yet. If you suspect you have a rare one, the next step is to send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These guys can authenticate your coin and slap a certified value on it. You'll want that before you try selling. Trust me, let me tell you a little story. A buddy of mine, Joe, retired trucker, total coin skeptic, used to laugh when I talked about coin collecting. He said, "Ray, unless it smells like diesel and makes me coffee, I ain't got time for it." Fast forward to last year. Joe was rolling quarters to take to the bank, just trying to clean out a drawer. He tosses one to me and says, "Here, put this with your fancy collection." I flip it over, and boom, 1966. No mint mark, looks uncirculated, silver edge. We weighed it. 6.25 grams. Sent it in. Came back as a silver planchet strike. Guess how much it sold for? $1.1 million. Joe bought himself a fishing cabin, a used boat, and now he calls me to ask about quarters. That's right. The guy who used to call me crazy now owns a boat named Loose Change. First, you'll want it professionally graded and slabbed, that's coin speak for getting it certified and encased by an expert. Companies like PCGS or NGC will give you an official grade and help preserve the coin. And next, consider auction houses. Heritage Auctions, Stacksbowers, these guys specialize in rare coins and have the right buyers. You don't want to list your $1 million quarter on Craigslist, okay? And finally, taxes. Yep, Uncle Sam wants his cut. But hey, if you've just made over $1 million from a quarter, you'll be smiling all the way to the IRS office. So there you have it, friends. That little 1966 quarter in your pocket might just be your golden ticket. Even though it's not gold at all, you don't need to be a coin nerd to get rich off your change. You just need to be observant, curious, and maybe a little lucky. So check your pockets. Check your coin jars. Dig through the junk drawer. Because $1 million mistakes from the US Mint are still out there, and someone's going to find them. Why not you, before you go, smash that subscribe button like it's $1 million quarter. Hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into rare coins worth life-changing money. Drop a comment below if you think you might have one of these hidden gems, and who knows, maybe your story will be the next one I tell. Hey there, treasure hunters and couch change collectors. Let me ask you a serious question. Have you ever held over $1 million in your hand? Without even knowing it, you might have, and if you're the type who tosses quarters into a jar, slides them under your car seat, or uses them to buy gas station coffee, then brace yourself, because today we're talking about the legendary, the mysterious, the unexpectedly valuable 1981 Washington quarter, a coin that could be sitting quietly in your house, worth $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single 25-cent piece from 1981 with the little P mint mark could fund your dream home, pay off your debts, and probably cover your coffee addiction for the next 200 years. So grab your coin jar, a cup of something strong, and let's break down why this little silver-toned beauty is making collectors go nuts, how you can spot one, and what makes it so valuable. Oh, and I'll throw in a little story about how I almost gave one away for a vending machine burrito. Yeah. I still lose sleep over that. The 1981 Washington quarter isn't just your average quarter. Sure, it has George Washington's face on it, just like millions of others. But what makes this one a jackpot is a combination of extreme rarity, minting oddities, and sheer collector demand. In 1981, quarters were minted in 3 places: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint quarters carry a small letter P, which, fun fact, wasn't even used on quarters until 1980. So the 1981 P was only the second year a P ever showed up on quarters. Now, over 601 million quarters were made in Philly that year. So you might be thinking, hold up, if there were so many made, why is one worth over $1 million? Not all 1981 P quarters are worth that kind of money. It's a specific kind of 1981 P that's hitting that $1 million mark. We're talking high-grade specimens, coins with near-perfect strikes, possibly min errors, and ones that have been preserved in pristine condition for over 40 years. There's one particularly famous example that hit the private auction scene not long ago, professionally graded, certified, and snatched up by a collector who just had to have it. The final price, $1.3 million, and no, that is not a typo. If your quarter looks like it's been through a blender, chances are it's not the $1 million one. The valuable ones are in mint state, MS condition, specifically MS 67 or higher. That means virtually no scratches, no wear, and a crisp, bold strike. Pay attention to Washington's hair. Yeah, weird, I know. But the definition in the hair detail is a big deal. A strong strike means the coin was hit cleanly and powerfully by the mint press. These quarters shine. Not like, oh, it's shiny because I washed it with dish soap. No. This is the original mint luster, a natural sheen that untouched coins retain. This is where things get spicy. Some 1981 P quarters have oddities, double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet errors. If you've got a weird-looking one, don't spend it. Errors can multiply a coin's value like you wouldn't believe. If you think you've got a winner, get it graded. Companies like PCGS or NGC will officially rate your coin's condition. This adds legitimacy and value if you're looking to sell. About 10 years ago, I was digging through some old coins trying to scrape together $1.25 to buy a burrito from the vending machine at work. You know, one of those beef burritos that taste like regret and frozen disappointment. Anyway, I'm counting change, and I see this old 1981 quarter. I look at it for a second, it's got a bit of luster, looks cleaner than the rest, and something told me, hey, maybe check this one out. But hunger overruled instinct. I popped that baby into the slot, pressed B7, and chowed down. A few years later, I'm reading an article about how rare high-grade 1981p quarters are. I run to my coin jar, and guess what? Not a single one left. To this day, I wonder, was that quarter the $1.3 million one? Did I trade my financial freedom for a frozen burrito? Probably check every quarter. Because that one coin could be your lottery ticket, and it won't even ask you to pick 6 numbers. The coin collecting world is having a moment. With more people looking to diversify investments, rare coins have become the gold rush of the 21st century. Values have skyrocketed, especially for rare state quarters, presidential dollars, and Washington quarter oddities. What used to be hobby coins are now hitting 6 and 7 figures at auction. And 1981p is a sleeper hit. It's old enough to be rare. It's new enough that people overlook it, and when one sells for over $1 million, you can bet collectors start digging. So if you have one, even if it's not mint perfect, hang on to it. Or better yet, get it checked. You might be holding the retirement fund you didn't know you had. Let's say lightning strikes and you've got that perfect 1981p. Like I said earlier, professional grading is everything. It turns a maybe into a definite value. Go with trusted names like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers. They specialize in high-value coins and will connect you with serious collectors. Avoid online marketplaces for big sales. Sure, eBay works for common coins, but million-dollar coins? That's pro territory. Don't jump at the first bite. Let the offers come in and negotiate like it's your mortgage payoff on the line. So there you have it. A humble 1981p Washington quarter, a coin most people never glance at twice, could be worth $1.3 million. It might be in your kitchen drawer. It could be in your couch cushions. It might even be hiding in your kid's piggy bank right now. This isn't a fantasy. It's real. And the only way to win is to look. To check every coin, to learn what to watch for, and to never underestimate the power of pocket change. I once gave up a 1981p for a burrito. Learn from my mistakes. Now here's what I want you to do. Go check your change. Go check your dresser, dig into those old jars and glove compartments. Because that quarter could change your life, and if you love these kinds of tips, real stories, real value, and real strategies to turn coins into cash, then hit that subscribe button. Tap the bell so you don't miss a single one. We're just getting started. Hey folks, stop what you're doing right now and check your loose change, your junk drawer, your piggy bank, even that old coin jar on top of the fridge. Because buried in there might be a little quarter that could turn your regular Tuesday into a millionaire moment. I'm talking about the 2016 D. Harper's Ferry quarter. Yeah, that's right. A 25-cent coin that looks like pocket change to most people, but it could actually be worth up to $1.4 million. That's not a typo. That's a real, serious figure. Now you might be thinking, come on, how can a coin from just 2016 be worth that much? It's not even that old. Well, sit tight, grab a cup of coffee or whatever helps you think better, because this story is gonna surprise you. I'll break down exactly why this coin is so valuable, how to tell if you've got the $1 million version, and how this all ties back to a funny little coin hunt I had with my Uncle Jim who thought he'd struck gold with a Canadian nickel. So let's start with a bit of background. The Harper's Ferry quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, launched by the U.S. Mint in 2010. Each coin in this series features a national park or historical site from one of the 50 states, and in 2016, West Virginia got its moment in the spotlight. Now Harper's Ferry isn't just a pretty name. It's a town full of American history. It's where John Brown made his famous raid in 1859, which added fuel to the fire leading up to the Civil War. The quarter itself features the iconic John Brown's fort, with beautifully detailed architecture for such a small coin. The one that could make you rich isn't just any Harper's Ferry quarter. It's the 2016 D Mint Mark version. That D stands for Denver, which is where it was minted. Most of these coins are worth face value 25 cents, but a few were minted with ultra-rare die errors and minting mistakes that have made collectors go absolutely bananas. So what makes this 2016 D Harper's Ferry quarter worth $1.4 million? It's all about the error. Now in the world of coin collecting, an error coin is basically a coin that was struck incorrectly by the mint. These can be off-center strikes, double dies, misaligned dies, or even wrong planchets. That's the blank metal disc before it's turned into a coin. The rarest 2016 D. Harper's Ferry quarters have a dramatic double die error on the reverse side. That's the side with the image of John Brown's fort. The windows, bricks, and even the text are doubled in such a way that they pop out when viewed with a magnifying glass. If you've got good eyes, you might even spot it without one dot, but that's not all. Some of these rare quarters were also struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they were made using metal blanks meant for other coins entirely, like dimes or foreign currency. That combination of errors? That's the jackpot. That's what pushes the price up to the $1 million mark. Let's talk money for a second. This isn't just some internet myth or rumor cooked up on a coin forum. One of these error coins actually sold at auction for a whopping $1.4 million. Graded by one of the top services, in mint condition, with all the errors intact, it blew everyone's minds. And now, of course, the average one of these won't be worth that much. A regular 2016 D. Harper's Ferry quarter might get you 50 cents to a few bucks if it's in excellent shape. But one with a legit mint error, especially a double die or wrong planchet, can easily bring in thousands. And if it's the one with the combined minting errors? You're looking at life-changing money. If first, flip the coin over and look closely at the building. Use a magnifier or a coin loop. If the windows and the bricks look slightly doubled or fuzzy, that's your first clue. And next, check the edge. Is the coin a little thinner than usual? Is the metal color slightly off? That could be a wrong planchet. Missing letters, misaligned designs, or any part of the coin that just seems off. You don't need to be an expert, just someone with a sharp eye and a little patience. Once you think you found something, don't clean it. Ever. That's like washing a vintage baseball card. Instead, get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you exactly what you have, and if it's the real deal, they'll certify it for auction. Now let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years back, my Uncle Jim, a retired truck driver with a beard longer than your grandma's yarn stash, got bit by the coin collecting bug after watching a documentary on rare pennies. He calls me up one night, says he's found the Holy Grail. He's whispering like it's national security. I drive over, and he shows me a shiny coin he's kept in a sandwich bag, not a coin holder, an actual sandwich bag. It was a Canadian nickel from 1992. Wrong country, wrong coin, but hey, enthusiasm counts for something. I taught him how to sort through rolls of quarters from the bank, and now he does it like a hobby. One night he actually pulled out a 2016 D. Harper's Ferry quarter and called me in a panic. "It's the one," he shouted. Turns out it was just a regular one, but he's been hunting ever since. This isn't just about luck. It's about knowing what to look for, taking the time, and having a bit of fun with it. You never know what you'll find. It could be the quarter that changes your life. First, get it graded and authenticated. PCGS or NGC are your best bets. If the coin is truly valuable, they'll give it a grade, seal it in a slab, and it becomes your golden ticket. Then, auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stacksbowers, or even eBay, if you're feeling brave, are where the serious coin collectors go looking. But don't rush. Get advice, maybe even talk to a coin dealer or a coin lawyer. Yes, that's the thing, this isn't a lottery ticket you cash in and forget. This is a serious collectible asset, and if handled right, it could be the smartest 25 cents you've ever saved. So there you have it. The 2016 D. Harper's Ferry quarter. Born in Denver. Part of American history. And if the stars align, worth $1.40 million. Whether you're a casual coin collector, a curious treasure hunter, or just someone hoping to turn spare change into something spectacular, this is your sign. Start looking. Flip those quarters. Check your jars. Ask Grandma if she's got any old change laying around. Because hidden in the most ordinary places can be the most extraordinary treasures. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or you just want more tips about coins that could fatten your wallet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tap the bell so you never miss a new drop. We've got plenty more coins to cover, stories to tell, and real money to uncover. where your spare change might just be your ticket to early retirement and a beachfront condo. Today we're diving into a coin that has shocked collectors, stunned the market, and turned regular people like you and me into six-figure sellers overnight. We're talking about the legendary 2004 Wisconsin quarter from the Philadelphia Mint. Yep, the one with the P Mint mark and a little something extra hiding in plain sight. This coin is no ordinary 25 cents. Oh no, it's been known to sell for up to $1.5 million, and yes, you heard that right, a quarter that could buy you a luxury car, a cabin in the mountains, or even help you pay off that mortgage that's been haunting you since the Bush administration. But here's the twist: this $1 million quarter could be sitting in your junk drawer, your glove box, or that old coin jar you've been meaning to cash in at the grocery store. So grab your cup of coffee, or better yet, your magnifying glass, and let's dig into how this tiny piece of metal is flipping the coin world upside down. And stick around to the end, because I'll be sharing a personal story of how I nearly spent one of these gems at a vending machine. No kidding. In 2004, the U.S. Mint released the Wisconsin State Quarter as part of the 50 State Quarters program, a series that ran from 1999 to 2008, honoring each of the 50 states. Wisconsin's quarter featured a cow, a wheel of cheese, and an ear of corn. You know, good old Midwestern hospitality on a coin. But something strange happened. During production at the Philadelphia Mint, a small yet incredibly valuable die error slipped through the cracks and made its way into circulation. Some of these quarters showed an extra leaf on the left side of the corn husk. Now, this wasn't just a little dirt or damage, this was a legitimate minting error, and it came in two distinct versions: the high leaf and the low leaf varieties. You see, most quarters have the plain ear of corn with just the normal leaves, but if you happen to find one with an extra leaf curling up or down, then congratulations, you've just hit the jackpot. Collectors and dealers went wild for these variants when they first hit the news, and the demand has only grown over the years, especially for coins in pristine, uncirculated condition. In top condition, a 2004 P Wisconsin quarter with the high leaf error has fetched over $1.5 million in private auctions and dealer circles. Even more circulated examples can bring in thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, depending on grade, I appeal, and rarity. Now, before you go raiding your couch cushions, let's break down how to identify these valuable coins. First, look for the P Mint mark just under the "In God We Trust" inscription on the obverse that tells you it was minted in Philadelphia. Then flip that coin over and check the corn. If you see an extra leaf sticking out from the lower left side or slightly higher up toward the middle, that's the golden ticket. The low leaf appears as a subtle little growth downward, while the high leaf looks like a leaf shooting out above the husk, almost like the corn sprouted an antenna. And no, these aren't postman scratches or damages, these are genuine errors created by a faulty die during the minting process. Now, why are they worth so much? It's all about rarity, condition, and demand. Only a small batch of these quarters were ever struck with this leaf error, and nobody knows the exact number, but experts estimate only a few thousand exist and far fewer in mint state condition. That's what drives the price up and makes coin collectors empty their wallets. For them, average circulated versions of these coins with moderate wear can still go for $5,000 to $15,000 depending on condition and the market. Uncirculated or mint state examples, especially those graded MS65 or higher, can go for six figures easily, and the one that broke records was an MS68 example of the high leaf variety, sold through a private dealer at a mind-blowing $1.5 million. If you want to get your hands on one of these coins, or maybe you already have one in your pocket, here's what you need to do. Step 1, stop spending quarters without checking them. Step 2, grab a decent magnifying glass or even the zoom lens on your phone and start inspecting every 2004 Wisconsin quarter you find. Step 3, compare it to online images of the high leaf and low leaf varieties. Trust me, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And finally, if you think you've got the real deal, take it to a professional coin dealer or get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC, because that's the difference between a cool story and $1 million payday. Alright, now let me share a quick personal story. So last year I was cleaning out the center console of my car and I found a stack of quarters covered in old receipts and a granola bar wrapper. I am sifting through them half-heartedly when one of the coins caught my eye. It was a Wisconsin quarter with a weird mark on the corn husk. Now, I'm no expert, but I'd been hearing all the hype about the high leaf, so I figured, why not take a closer look? I grabbed my phone, zoom in, and sure enough, there it was, a leaf sticking out above the husky. Nearly threw the coin in the air out of excitement. Now, unfortunately, when I took it to a local coin shop, they told me it was just damage, not the real deal. But for 48 hours I was convinced I'd found the coin that was gonna pay off my mortgage and get me a new truck still, even though it wasn't the $1 million one. It reminded me just how easy it is to overlook value that's hiding in plain sight, and that's why I tell everyone, check your change, you literally never know. So there you have it, friends, the story of the 2004 P Wisconsin quarter, a simple little coin with an extra leaf and a whole lot of value. It's one of the most exciting modern era coins out there, and it proves that treasure doesn't always come in gold bars or pirate chests. Sometimes it jingles in your pocket. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting into the hobby, this is One coin you definitely want to keep an eye out for, and who knows, maybe your next trip to the gas station will earn you more than just fuel points. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or even just a tiny bit interesting, hit that like button and smash that subscribe button too. We've got more coin tips coming your way, rare finds, coin flipping strategies, and stories from everyday people cashing in on their collections. Don't forget to ring that bell so you never miss a chance to spot the next $1,000,000 coin. And hey, if you ever find a 2004 Wisconsin quarter with a high leaf or low leaf error, drop a comment and tell us your story, because you never know, your next quarter might be your first million. Hey folks, here's a question for you. What if I told you that the little quarter sitting in your kitchen drawer, right between that paper clip and an expired coupon, could be worth over $1,000,000? Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. Today we're diving into a coin that most people think is just spare change. The 2002 Mississippi State Quarter. Minted in Denver. Looks ordinary. Feels ordinary. But some of these babies are anything but ordinary, and now get this. One of these Mississippi quarters, with a D mint mark, recently stunned collectors when it was valued at a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Yup, that's 6 zeros. And nope, this ain't no myth. This is coin collecting meets life-changing discovery. So stick around, because in the next 40 minutes, I'm going to break down exactly why this specific coin is so valuable, what to look for in your own pocket change, how to tell if you've hit the jackpot, and I'll even share a personal story about how I once almost threw away a coin worth over 10 grand, and by the end of this video, you'll be checking your couch cushions like they're filled with treasure, because they just might be. Let's get into it. The 2002 Mississippi Quarter was part of the 50 State Quarters program. This was a huge deal back in the day. From 1999 to 2008, the U.S. Mint released quarters for every single state, 5 per year, in the order they joined the Union. Mississippi got its turn in 2002. Gorgeous. It features 2 magnolia blossoms, Mississippi's state flower, surrounded by the caption "The Magnolia State." It's actually one of the more elegant and symmetrical designs in the whole series. But back then, nobody thought these quarters would be worth more than 25 cents. Fast forward to today, and the story's very different. The version minted in Denver, which has a little D below the motto "In God We Trust," has become incredibly rare in pristine condition, especially ones with certain errors. It comes down to a mix of factors: condition, rarity, and minting errors. Let's talk about minting errors first. Some of the most valuable coins are the ones the mint got a little wrong. Misstrikes, double dies, off-center prints, or coins that got struck on the wrong metal. There's one 2002 Mississippi quarter out there that was struck on a planchet meant for a Sacagawea dollar. That means it looks like a gold quarter with the Mississippi design. That exact coin sold for over $1.5 million at auction because of how freakishly rare it was. Then you have quarters with double die obverse. That means the image or lettering appears slightly doubled. It's not something you'd notice right away, but collectors go bananas for it. And finally, condition. We're talking about coins graded MS68 or MS69. That's mint state, almost flawless. You'd need magnifying glasses, gloves, and nerves of steel just to hold one of these. So you combine a high-grade condition, a wild mint error, and historical timing, and boom, you've got yourself a 7-figure coin. Now here's where it gets interesting. You don't have to be Indiana Jones to find one of these. It could literally be in your coin jar, your kid's piggy bank, or hiding under your car seat. Start by pulling out any quarters from 2002. Flip them over and check the reverse. Look for the magnolia flower. Then flip it to the front and find the mint mark. If it's got a D, that's a Denver Mint quarter. Congrats, you've got a candidate. Does it look like it was printed on the wrong metal? Maybe it's more gold than silver in color. If yes to any of those, do not spend it. Set it aside, and don't just use your eyes. Grab a jeweler's loupe or a cheap magnifying glass and really zoom in on the details. That tiny scratch or extra serif might be the key to early retirement. Now let me tell you a quick story. About 5 years ago, I was cleaning out my old desk drawer. You know that drawer with loose batteries, tape, pens that don't work? Yeah, that one. I found a handful of coins I had tossed in there years ago. One caught my eye. A weird-looking quarter that seemed off-color. I almost threw it in a Coinstar bag but decided to keep it for fun. Turns out it was a 1970s Washington quarter struck on a Canadian coin blank. I had no clue what that meant. I showed it to a coin dealer at a flea market. The guy's eyes got huge. Long story short, I sold it for over 10 grand. I learned my lesson. Check everything. Every coin, every detail, every mark. You never know, and ever since then, I've been hooked on this idea that buried treasure is hiding in plain sight. No need for maps. Just grab your change jar, alright? Let's say you've done it. You found a 2002 Mississippi quarter with a minting error. It's in amazing shape. First, get it professionally graded. PCGS and NGC are the two top grading services. You'll have to send it in, and they'll assign a number to its condition and verify any error. Once it's graded and authenticated, it's time to find buyers. You can go through auction houses like Heritage or Stacksbauer's online marketplaces like eBay, but only if your coin is authenticated coin shows, which are gold mines for serious buyers. And here's the kicker. If your coin is rare enough, the big collectors will find you. These folks are always hunting for the next prize. Don't sell yourself short. If someone offers you 20 grand right away, that's not always a good sign. That could mean they know it's worth 20 times more. So be patient. Get multiple offers. And don't spend your payday until the check clears. The humble 2002 Mississippi quarter might look like spare change, but under the right conditions, it can buy you a house, a car, and a few vacations to the Bahamas. What's amazing is how many people walk right past treasure every single day. These coins are out there. In jars. In glove compartments. At the bottom of backpacks, and that's the beauty of coin collecting. It's not just a hobby. It's a game of discovery. A real-life treasure hunt. And sometimes, it pays off in life-changing ways. So tonight, when you're emptying your pockets or digging through that drawer of mystery, take a second look. One quarter could be worth more than your car. Or your house. Or both. And if you found this video helpful, informative, or even just mildly entertaining, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got more videos coming your way on coins worth real money, what to look for, and how to turn pocket change into financial freedom. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this with that one friend who always says coins are worthless. Let's prove them wrong.